Okay, so we're going to start making our ornaments, okay? So I wedged this clay, it's kind of in a ball, and we're gonna use the slab method to do this. So what I need is a rolling pin, okay? And I need 2 sticks. Now these are a little bit thicker than these ones. So don't use this thinner one, you wanna use the thicker one. So the white ones is what we wanna use because we want the ornament to be a little bit thicker because we're gonna go ahead and carve into the slab. So I wanna make sure that we have enough thickness to be able to take some of that out, okay? So before I start rolling this out, if I were to roll this, okay, because we're gonna put our sticks on the side and then we're gonna roll the clay out. If I were to roll this ball of clay, it's gonna be really hard because it's so big. So what I need to do first is I'm gonna take this, okay, and I'm gonna kind of squeeze it down so it's a little bit more flat. But then I'm gonna go ahead and hit it on the table, and I do this on the edge of the table to kind of hit it out a little bit more. Now this might move the camera a little bit, but okay, so I'm doing this to kind of flatten it out both ways. Okay, so if you see, it's getting more flat, okay? And I can do the other side as well. Okay, so now it's more flat and it's gonna be a lot easier to roll out, okay? And I could go a little bit more if I wanted to, okay? I don't wanna make it too thin. Anyways, you get the idea. Okay, I wanna use my pillowcase for this. If I don't use my pillowcase and I roll my clay out onto the table, it's gonna stick to the table and then you're gonna have to start over, okay? So use your pillowcase. I like to put my pillowcase all the way to the edge of the table and then put my hip on it to keep the pillowcase from moving, okay? So I'm gonna have my 2 sticks. Remember, we're using the white ones that are a little bit thicker, okay? And I'm gonna set them. I wanna make sure that my rolling pin stays on the sticks, because if one side goes off, this side is going to be much thinner. Okay, so you gotta make sure that they're even and the rolling pin stays on the sticks, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and put my clay between the 2 sticks, and then I'm gonna take my rolling pin and I'm gonna start rolling this clay out. Okay, this is gonna flatten it out. Okay, again, I'm kind of holding it with my hip, the pillowcase, so it doesn't slide anywhere, okay? So what's gonna happen, this is going to make the clay just as thick as the rolling pins. Okay, so I'm just rolling this out. Okay, and you keep going until your rolling pin is all the way on the stick. It's making this much thicker. Sorry, much thinner actually. And make sure that your rolling pin is staying on the sticks. If it comes off, it's gonna make it too thin in some areas. Then you're gonna be out of luck. It's gonna be too thin and then too thick and not even. Okay, I have to go until it's all completely rolled out. If you see this little crease right here, that means it's still too thick in some areas. Okay, and you want to keep rolling. And you want to roll as much clay out as you possibly can, because you want to roll, you want to try and cut out more than one ornament out of your slab, because you don't want to keep rolling it if you don't have to. If you can get 2 ornaments out of one slab, that's great. If you can get 3, that's even better. And that way you don't have to keep rolling out your clay. Okay, so that looks like it's about as thin as I'm gonna get it. Okay, again, I was making sure that my rolling pin stayed on my sticks. Now, if you look real close, there's kind of these little bubbles right here. Okay, those are little air pockets, and what you can do is you can just stab them a little bit Okay, you don't want that, so you got to get rid of them. But if you have one for some reason, you can just kind of do that. Okay, and what I might do is just go back over it one more time. Make sure I got all those out of there. Okay, it looked pretty good. All right, so now, okay, I have my slab. I can move my sticks out of the way. Okay, I think I could get 2 or 3 ornaments out of this. So what I'm gonna do first off is, I want mine 5 by 5. So I'm gonna come down here to the bottom and move it to the bottom as far as I can, as long as there's 5 inches all the way. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and measure it 5. Okay, and then I'm gonna go this direction as far as I can. Okay, no certain measurement, just all the way off the edge. And then I'm gonna go ahead and measure down here 5, and make a little mark. Okay, and I'm gonna connect this corner with this. So I know this is 5 here, and this is 5 here. So I can connect this all the way. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and measure 5 here. And 5 here. You have to measure both so that it is even. If you only measure one side, your line could be like this, and then it's not going to end up being 5. Okay, and then I'm going to measure 5 again. And 5 on this side. Okay, so now I got 2 ornaments out of 1 slab. Okay, so once I have it measured out, again, making sure it's 5 by 5, you have to measure both sides to make sure it's even. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take my X-Acto knife. Okay, and I'm going to cut this off. Okay, making sure that I hold down my ruler really tight so that my line does not move. Now, it's really important, you don't want to pick up your slabs, okay, because they're super wet still. So what I want to do is I'm going to leave this on my pillowcase, and I'm going to pick it up underneath, and I'm going to take it over to the blow dryer, and I'm going to blow dry it just like this. Okay, that way I'm not picking it up and it's not distorting my clay. All right, so I'm going to go blow dry these, and I'm going to roll out 2 more slabs because I have, or 1 more slab, and get 2 more ornaments. Okay, so I have 2 now, I need 2 more. So I would just take my clay, my leftover clay, put it back in a ball, wedge it, okay, and then do the same exact thing that I just did. I'm gonna go blow dry these and make them leather hard.